What's up? It's me, Haley Jones, and I am here with Alex Good, the owner, the mastermind, the cookie extraordinaire of oh my gosh, Goody Two Chews.
It's a tongue
which
twister.
Is so good.
I know. It is you have to like slow down when you say it. Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, that name is brilliant. Okay. We have some rapid fire.
Got it.
If you've been listening for a while, you already know what's coming. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Really?
Oh my
Like
gosh.
black, or do you put cream in it? Like, is it flavor? Like, what's happening?
Anything. Cold brew.
Oh,
Brew.
really?
Any time of year. Yeah. All the time.
Really?
Yes. Never hot coffee. Yeah.
Really?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
I love a hot coffee all year round, which is freakish. But I'm like, even in the winter? Even on Christmas? Okay, what
yeah.
about it?
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you do a peppermint mocha?
No.
Oh.
Cold brew. That's
Co-
it.
just-
I don't get fancy.
She's like, no, girl. It's a cold brew. It's that. Okay. Okay, chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Okay, I saw you were an elementary school teacher.
Yes.
Okay, what was your favorite skill to teach as an elementary school teacher?
Oh my gosh, I love that question. I loved math. Like anything math related.
Yes.
It's just so fun.
It
Like,
is
and I
fun.
feel like kids generally like math a little bit
Yes.
more. So.
Until they got to, I taught high school math.
Oh, okay. That's a little different. Yeah, we're just doing
And
double
then they're like,
addition.
yeah, I literally had a nightmare last week about teaching common denominators.
Oh my god, no.
Yeah.
No.
Which, by the way, is not like a high school skill, but we need it in like the stuff that we do.
Yeah.
And you would think I was like asking them to like pull their teeth out.
Yeah.
And you're just like, really, it's not. Anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, favorite season of the year?
Fall.
Love it.
I know.
Okay, dogs or cats?
Dogs.
She said dogs all the way.
Yeah.
All the way.
Uh-huh.
Okay, watching TV or reading books?
Oh, TV.
What are we watching right now?
Oh gosh, it's so bad.
It's okay.
Every like
Let's embrace
trash TV show you can think of. I need like mindless stuff.
Okay,
Like, my
are
kid
we
goes
talking
to
like
bed.
Love Island?
Yes.
Are we talking?
Yes.
Really?
Oh my god, I've seen like all the Love Islands. Like the latest one was so dramatic. Like all my friends and I were watching it. Yeah.
I'm invested in it until basically it's like there's no one else coming in here, or if someone else comes in, it's not going to do anything.
Yeah, you need the drama.
I need I need the drama. I
Exactly.
need the like. Is it? You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So I'm stalled out on this one where they're meeting. They're on those Zoom calls with the parents or whatever.
Okay. Are you
and I'm
doing
like,
USA?
Yes,
Okay.
USA.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
I tried to do USA and UK at the same time. I can't keep track.
Yeah, no. You gotta we'll do
So-
one and then go back. Finish USA, let me tell you.
I know. Are you a Housewives person?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Everything. It's
New Jersey.
I don't follow New Jersey as much.
Okay.
But like
This
Salt Lake
conversation
City.
is over.
Yeah. I should get
Salt
into
Lake City
it.
is good.
I know it was a
Yeah.
good one this season.
It was very dramatic.
Yeah.
Anyways, and OC, I can't really. I don't know. Do you watch?
No,
that?
I'm not really into that one either.
I can't get
Yeah.
into it. Anyways, okay, so you are not from Knoxville,
Yeah.
from Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
but that being said, what's the most surprising thing about Knoxville since you've been here?
Surprising?
Yeah.
I'm not like surprised, but like there's
Yeah.
so many small businesses.
Yes.
I did not grow up with that. Like
Yeah,
I just grew
okay.
up with chains. So like it
Yes.
was like chains to eat, chains
Right.
to go out, everything.
Right.
So like to live in a town where it's like so many small businesses,
Yeah.
it's not surprising, but it's like my favorite thing about Knoxville.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I
Speaking
love
from a
that.
small business
I
owner,
know,
so
right?
I mean,
yeah,
you know.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a hard right to talking business.
All
Okay,
right.
so the short version of this entire interview is that Alex makes these amazing cookies. If you're listening on audio, we'll post a picture so you can see. But it's okay. On your description, it says royal icing cookies, which I know you do
Yes.
other stuff too. But then I had to
Yeah.
Google royal icing.
Yes.
So please tell us, what does that really mean?
So there's like two different types of icing. It's like a buttercream and like
Yeah.
a royal icing.
Okay.
Buttercream is like, it can be used on cookies, but
Yeah.
it's like typically for like cakes.
Yeah. Okay.
They just have different flavors to them. I call mine like a soft royal icing.
Yeah.
So it's just different ingredients, different
Yeah,
flavors. But what I like to say is like different about mine is it's not your standard cookie. I don't know if you've ever been somewhere that has had custom cookies and you
Yes.
bite it and you're like, oh, this is a rock.
This is like paper.
Yeah, and it doesn't have the flavor. Like, I'm
Right.
really proud to say that, like, my cookies are, like, really soft. And they
Yes.
stay that way for, like, 5 days.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like I've got some, little secret things in there that, you know,
recipe.
Yeah, that keep it nice and soft. But like, I think that's what kind of sets it apart.
Yeah. So I know we can read this on your website, but basically you got into this, it seems like almost, not necessarily by mistake, but it was just like, you had to learn a new skill, basically. So you talked to your neighbor. Yeah. Okay, so tell us that story. And then what made you be like, I want to do this full time? Like, I want this as my career.
Yeah. So it started like back in like 2012 or 2011, long time ago. It was for like a college class. Yeah. And you had to like learn a skill and then teach the audience. It was like a speech class. Okay. So you had to get up in front of your audience and teach them. So it was like kind of my excuse. Like my neighbor had always made cookies like this. So I was like, well, I'll just learn how to do this and then teach the class. And my neighbor is like a gem. She spent like the entire day with me. Like we baked, we made all the icing, we made these like blue flour cookies, I'll never forget. And by the end I was like, those don't look too bad. And that was really fun. And it was like relaxing. So then I finished school, I went off to be an elementary school teacher, and I was like just kind of like dabbling with it. Like I would make it just for fun, like for school events and stuff like that. Then when my husband and I got married, I was still teaching, and then I started working at a bakery. Okay. So in the summers, I was at this bakery, still making these cookies, and like it started to get more popular. Like people were reaching out more consistently for like birthday parties. So then when we moved to Knoxville, it was like in the middle of the pandemic. Like it was like a really intense time, especially to think about like starting teaching
at a new school in a new district, blah blah blah.
Exactly. I was like, you know what? I was like, just talking to my husband, I was like, let's just like give it a try. I was like, let's give it 1 year and just see where it goes from there. And I was crazy because I was starting in the middle of a pandemic, but
you were at a pretty good place to do it though, because we didn't necessarily shut down too much here.
It's true. Yeah. That's
you know what I mean? If anything, yeah. And then like after a year, I was like, I'm gonna keep going. Like it was awesome. I had like so much fun. So that was long, but that's kind of how I got here. So like, tell us. This is a dumb question, okay? But I'm just thinking, like, what does your week look like? Because you said, like, Monday's your baking day. Like, how do you run it, I guess? Like, how does it work?
So, it's a little bit bonkers right now. I've got a 2-year-old at home. Oh, wow. Yeah, we're actually expecting too.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, which is fun because I haven't really told anyone. Like, on my, like,
everyone,
I haven't, like, said it on, like, social media yet, so I was like, this will be a fun time. Yes. So I'm with him during the day. Yeah. I can sometimes during his nap time get a little bit of work done, but I work at nights. Oh. Yeah. Really? So I start around like 8:39, and I've got like Monday's my baking day. Tuesday is icing and like finishing up all the rest of the prep. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are all decorating. Oh. Yeah. That way I have my weekends free. Right. But typically, like, it's like a start time of like 9 p.m. and it's like 1 or 2 a.m. Yeah. So it can be a little intense. Not a ton, but again, like, coffee, cold brew. It's a little harder now.
Do you have it on tap at your house?
I wish. That would be the dream.
Right. Oh my God.
So it's like, but I know it sounds crazy, but I'm really like not that tired because when I'm doing it, like I enjoy it so much. Like,
that's awesome.
It just gives me purpose. Like I love being with my kid through the day, and then like being able to have like my thing like at night. It's like there's no complaining. Like I'm a little tired, sure, but like yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So how did you let's talk about your recipe. When you said it's like, it's soft. So did you just basically, is it proprietary? Like it's your invention? Like, you know what I'm saying? Did it come to you?
Well, my neighbor, that recipe that she started, part of the reason I asked her to do it is because those cookies tasted so different.
Yeah.
And so I've really used it's not the exact same of what you taught me, but I've kind of made little adjustments here and there. Right. Not anything dramatic. It is very similar, but it really comes down to the ratios of what I'm using to keep that icing soft. Right. So you use meringue powder, you use water, vanilla, but I use a lot more meringue powder than your average recipe calls for. And that creates a softer taste to it.
Behind the
Yeah, I know, exactly. A little bonus.
I'm I don't even know where you would buy meringue powder. I'm assuming the baking aisle.
Yes.
So anyway, that's where I am in this process.
I love it.
Okay, so you also do, in addition to like the royal icing sugar cookies, you do cookie cakes, right? Yeah. And what else do you do? Primarily those two, or?
Yeah, pretty much. Like I've dabbled. Like I think when it's funny when I call myself like a baker, because I don't really dabble in other recipes. Like I'm not like creating my own recipes of like drop cookies, which are like your standard chocolate chip. Like that is not my realm. Like I'm like, this is my recipe, and this is what every single set is, like this sugar cookie recipe. Right. It's like, why fix like what ain't broken?
Yeah, exactly.
And then I think the cookie cakes, someone asked me to make them one time, and I was like, sure, I'll give it a try. Yeah. And I was like, as long as it's still, like I always want them to incorporate like my cookies. Right. And so like I did it once, and I was like, these look so, like this was actually really fun. Because they're like mini cookies around and a fun center cookie. Right. And so I kind of have been like, those have been getting more popular.
Yeah. I looked on your Instagram. Well, my sister and I are obsessed with the cookie cake, okay? We're obsessed with it. To the point where we strategize, how can we make sure there's going to be a cookie cake at family function?
Just give me a call. I know. There we go.
So anyways, and I saw that, I was like, and they look awesome. I mean, everything you do looks awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you decorate the cookies? Do you do like a template, or like, do you just freehand it all?
So I will start off like with my customers, like they'll send me the ideas. I sketch something up for them. Yeah. So they kind of have an idea. It's not like I'll always disclaim like this is a sketch. Right. And then a lot of it is freehand, like doing some of those like base layers. Yeah. And then for some of like the finer details, like when I do like lettering on top, I have a projector. Oh. So I've got like a stand that holds this projector where I've uploaded the image of what I need, and it projects it onto the cookie.
That's smart.
Yeah, it's really fun. Yeah. And it's like centered, you know? It's like satisfying because you don't want your lettering to like...
Right, be all...
Yeah. Like off.
Freehand.
Yeah. Which sometimes I do freehand.
Right, but with lettering, I feel like, how would you...
Yeah.
Listen, but again, I don't... You should see what I do. And the things
You'll come to one of my classes sometime.
Yeah, okay, that's what I saw. Yeah. Okay, so you have cookie classes. So what does that involve? Who's that for? Like, who should do that?
So
besides me, obviously. Okay.
They're really fun. What's been really popular, I do private classes. So I've done some like public ones at some local, like I've done it at a couple breweries, like Orange Hat Brewery,
that's fun.
High Wire Brewing, which has been awesome because you know you like get to drink some beer while you're decorating. Right. And then the big thing has been private classes. Yeah. So you gather like a group together, and then I come to you and like bring everything. Oh, that's cool. So it's like a 2 to 3 hour class, depending on like we kind of touch base of what you're looking for. And like I just walk you through everything. Right. But it's nice because you can like, you know, a lot of times people turn into this like whole party, and they'll have like drinks and charcuterie and like
everything.
Yeah, it's just like a fun little mix it up. And you know, like the first time you do something, it's not gonna be like perfect, but like I think for the most part, like you just have a lot of fun. And then you're like, I'm gonna eat these. Like that's what I try to tell them. It's like it's a cookie. Like don't overthink
not
it.
That
like
serious.
Because sometimes you can get like a little stressed when you try something. Like teachers. I feel like teachers a lot of times are kind of like perfectionists.
A little bit.
Yeah. So I'm like, just take a sip of your wine, like relax, like.
Oh my God! Imagine if we could have done that teaching. Just have a sip of wine. Yeah. Be quiet.
I know, right?
You're fine. Anyways.
Yeah.
Actually, we probably needed that more as teachers than anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the most like interesting thing that someone has asked you to create?
Oh. The most interesting thing. That's a tough
If you feel okay to share, because this is going to be obvious. If you know what I mean. If it's.
Oh, I did. No, I not the most interesting. I don't think I've had anything like too crazy. Yeah. Like, but I have these really cool ones. I don't know if this answers it. It was I don't really know how the sorority world works, but like I do know it's really intense down here. And I was not in one.
TikTok.
Yes, exactly. And so this one woman wanted to write like thank you notes to her daughter, or for like the people that wrote recommendation letters for her daughter.
Yeah.
So I did these. I created like a box cookie.
Yeah.
And at the top it had like the sorority I think she got into. Yeah. And when you cracked it open, all the sprinkles came out with like a little like thank you piece of paper. And like we individually boxed like each one, and like she sent it off to each house. So
that's cool.
Yeah, it was like unique. I've kind of done a couple, the whole like break apart. I've done a couple gender reveals.
Oh, that's fun.
Which is fun, like stuff like that. So I guess it's more unique. It's not like nothing. I really haven't gotten anything too interesting.
Yeah, but like this is probably a dumb question.
No,
but
there are no dumb questions.
Okay.
You're a teacher. Isn't that like a standard? There are no dumb questions.
But I feel like sometimes there are. No. Okay. Like for example, when people come here, no offense, I'm calling you out. I've already called you out on the internet. But when you come here and you're like, the roads are not straight and there's hills here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to Rocky Top.
No. Okay, so on the paper, so you just made the box around the paper, basically. Like you made the cookie parts,
yes,
icing, and put the paper in there.
Yeah. The paper was just kind of.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's a cool idea.
Yeah, it was creative. That. It was her idea. I didn't even think of it. I was like, but I'll make it.
But I'll do it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Exactly.
Is there something that like you want to create that no one's asked that you're like, I wish someone would do this?
Oh, there's just like themes that I have.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, my Instagram is like all cookiers.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, there's just like themes that I'm like, oh, that'd be so cool. Like there's like a pizza one, which sounds silly, but it's like a pizza baby shower.
Oh,
I forget
cute.
what like the tagline is, but I was like, that I've seen like really cute.
Like cute stuff on that.
There's just so many, but I do at the same time get like adorable themes coming in, so.
Who are your most common like clients? Like is it mostly birthday parties, baby showers, real estate agents? Like who's calling you?
Birthday parties.
Yeah.
It's like, and baby showers.
Yeah.
Because I feel like my style is like fun, playful, like bright colors.
Right.
And that's what birthday parties are.
Right.
I do like weddings, but not as like I do like or bridal showers because sometimes those are like softer colors. And I can pull out like a little like sophistication, but
I can do it.
I like love like first birthday parties are like my jam because people go all out for those like first birthday parties, and like they're always like the cutest themes and they're always fun. Like so I'm like, yes. Give it to me.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so if somebody wants to order cookies from you, what's the process? I'm not a plan aheader. I don't have it together. So how long what kind of lead time do you need? What does that look like? What's the process?
So it is. So start with my website, and then I'll have like a request form. It kind of gives you the lowdown, so you kind of like know what you're in for with like pricing and stuff like that. Right now, I ask like, I know it's a lot, but I ask like 3 or 4 months lead time, but it never hurts because sometimes I have like a random week where I just like,
it's just slower. Or
whatever, and the summer in general is like a little bit slower with everyone traveling. So you just never know, like reach out and
just ask.
I always try to make it happen, but one thing I've had to learn is like you have to say no, especially when you're up to like 1 or 2 a.m.
Yeah,
it hurts,
well, also like I mean you do have a capacity that so
exactly.
And we need you to get some sleep.
Yeah. I try, or else your cookies are gonna look like garbage if I don't get any sleep. You're not gonna be happy with me.
That's hilarious. Okay, for those of us that aren't bakers out there. What advice do you have? Like, if you would just do this one thing, it would make your baking that much better.
Make sure that your baking soda and baking powder are like new.
Oh, really?
They expire really quickly, more than people know and like
seriously?
Are aware of. Yeah, and a lot of times when I'm like baking like a cookie cake, if something's wrong with it, it's because like my baking soda was like I hadn't used it in a few months or something, and like it was just exposed to the air. So like I always try to like use like a fresh new box, and that tends to do the trick.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what's wrong.
Sometimes, but
that's what's wrong with my cooking. Yeah, I know.
But like I just like I don't know. Like again, I'm just making those, and I'm just making cookie cakes, and like maybe a couple other things like.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
though. I would have never. But also, I mean, unless you're a cookie baker or a baker, how are you going through a box of baking soda?
Also true. Yeah.
Like, why are we selling it in bulk like that?
These giant boxes at Costco. I just want to say, like, don't buy those. Like, I know, they're enormous. You just need like a small.
Because who's baking cookies every day?
Yeah,
no one.
Yeah, maybe during the pandemic.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, bread was mostly it.
Yeah. Bread is like, I feel like all the rage these days, but that's a whole other conversation. Okay, so let's talk about the name. Goody Two Chews.
Yes.
This is brilliant.
Yeah.
How did it come to you one day? Did you go on GPT, something? Somebody called me out because I said the letters in the wrong order, and I'm like, listen, relax. It's not that serious. Okay, you knew what I was talking about.
Yeah. Well, my last name is Good, so obviously that's kind of convenient.
Right.
It plays a lot into like, cause my like, I don't really have like a slogan or like whatever, but I like to say like cookies that look good and taste good-er.
Oh yeah.
You know, hopefully people know. I know gooder's not a word, but like it still plays with it.
Well, actually, a lot of people should know because as a side note, hard side note. So UT just got the baseball national championship.
Yeah.
And A&M had those hats that said good. And so my husband was saying that he saw somebody with an orange and white hat that said gooder.
Oh, interesting. Okay. They're stealing
stuff
from me.
I know.
Stealing my, no.
You should have trademarked that.
I know,
I
should have.
No, but I'm like, that could work. Anyways,
Yeah.
It's like two meanings. Okay, sorry, so.
Well, and then like, I don't know, I think like, probably, maybe I'll give my husband credit because he might have thought of like Goody Two Chews.
Yeah.
And it kind of just like plays in because like I'm a rule follower. I'm a people pleaser. I have always been that way. Yes. Like, so the Goody Two Chews, I was just like, yeah, this works. But it is like a massive tongue twister.
Yeah.
And I've realized too, like I've done tons of markets and people think I sell dog treats.
Oh, because of the chews, I guess.
Yeah. Every time they're like, oh, shoot, I don't have a dog. And I'm like, humans, they're for humans.
They're for
like,
people.
yes, yeah. Yeah, sometimes I like have to like write it out at my markets.
Yeah.
Because it gets that like confusing. But you can feed them to your dog if you want.
Right,
like, your dog will like it.
Well, and people spend money on their dogs.
Oh, they do. Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
Maybe get a set for you and a set for them.
Exactly.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, so side note, and so do you have like an industrial kitchen, or what do you have? Like, how do you do all this?
I just follow food cottage laws.
Okay.
So Tennessee food cottage laws, they have like specific like rules that you have to follow, and so I just follow those rules, and that includes ingredients labels and stuff like that. And then I just have the standard like business license, pay my taxes, and like you know.
As a business owner, like what's been your hardest thing to learn, or like on the business side of it, what's the hardest?
Oh, taxes. Oh God.
Speak for yourself.
Oh my
Alex.
God. Oh my God, like the like just reporting all of it, and like it's all very, very new to me.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
As an elementary school teacher, you don't really deal with that.
Yeah, no, you don't. And you're like, this is my W-9.
Yeah, exactly.
And here you go.
Yeah.
I hope I get a return.
Exactly. This time I'm like, okay, I'll pay that.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Sometimes I just get a bill and I'm like, all right, sure. Like, I guess this is what I owe.
Yeah.
Like, but.
So is it just you? Like, do you have assistants or anything, or is it you're a one woman?
Just me. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think I trust anyone.
I think it makes sense. Well, I think it's hard, like, especially what you're doing is so, like, I don't know how, I mean, you'd have to, like, trust on the bake side, trust someone to do it. And then so.
It's just like a me thing. But if you want to work at, like, 12 a.m., feel free, like, sure. If you have crazy hours like me, like, you know.
Yeah, no, that's hilarious. Okay, so is there anything, like, about Goody Two Chews I've not asked you that you're like, the people need to know this? Oh wait, I do have a question.
Yeah,
how do you deliver them? Do people pick them up? Like, what does that look like?
Pick them up, typically. Okay. Yeah, I can sometimes I'll reach out and deliver. Yeah. Like, depending. But yeah, it's pick up.
I'm sitting here in my mind thinking, how far away is Thanksgiving?
Well, that's what my babies do.
Oh.
He's literally due Thanksgiving Day.
So you're busy then?
Yeah, just like a little preoccupied.
Not available.
I know, that's like a little disclaimer. Yeah, he's literally due on Thanksgiving. So.
Oh my God, that's a good due date.
It is. Yeah.
Okay, like I was saying, is there anything that I haven't asked you about Goody Two Chews that you're like, you should have asked me this and I haven't? Or you want to tell the people?
Gosh, I don't think so. Like, I think like one of the crazier things I always like reflect on is just like starting this business in a pandemic where people weren't having parties.
Right.
And that's obviously what I like, do.
Right.
And just it wasn't like, it's never been like an easy road. Like there's been multiple times where I'll have like this like huge pre-sale and I think that I'm gonna sell out and that there's like these cookies that I invested all this time into like making samples.
Right.
And then like it's like crickets, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it can be deceiving. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, you look so busy. And it's like, just don't believe social media. Like, it can be a photo from like 2 years ago that I'm sharing.
Right.
Like, you know, and.
What?
Yeah. No. Yeah, I know. How dare
Excuse me?
Yeah.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know.
So, I don't know. Like, I've worked really hard. But I've also been like so lucky. Like, I just started off like having this group of customers that just had never tried my cookies, just put all this trust in me. Like, I barely had a portfolio of like what I could do. And then they just continue year after year. And then they tell their friends who are like equally as awesome. And then they order from me. And so it's just like naturally like built. And I really have gotten really lucky. But there's been bumps, you know.
Yeah.
You can't please everybody. And it's that's like the hardest part, I think, about running a small business.
Is like trying to please everyone, or like
just knowing,
saying no, saying the limit, basically.
Yeah, and just like knowing like not everyone's gonna like you, like not everyone's gonna be like happy with your cookies. Like you just don't know. Like you might see like later on they're using another cookie and you're just like, like you're like, oh, but there could just be reasons you don't know.
You don't know, right?
Like pricing and like, you know, budget reasons. And so I try not to overthink it and just like focus on like I really, really got lucky with like the people that do support me. That's awesome.
Yeah, good for you. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, let's take a hard right.
Okay.
Woo, talk about Knoxville.
Love it.
Okay, your favorite places to eat. Maybe 3. Give us 3 of your favorite Knoxville restaurants or whatever. It doesn't even have to be a restaurant. It could be a sweets place. I don't care.
Okay, so I would say Chivos. Love Chivos. Like, oh my, we used to live downtown when we first moved here, and we would like we would go like on the wait list and then walk back, and then like when they called us, we're like, I was unreal, like obsessed. I've been like telling my husband, I was like, can we get a date night and go to Chivos? Yeah. Chivos.
When you get there, what do you order? What's your?
Oh, I'd like mix it up. I really like, you know, just mix it up with like the tacos, but like always gotta have the chips.
1 billion%. Their queso.
Oh my god.
Their queso is like, also I crave their buffalo shrimp burrito with extra shrimp.
Oh.
God.
I don't think I've tried that, but I might need to.
You're right, like, what a freak.
No. Everything on that menu is unbelievable.
So good.
Okay, well, Cruise Farm.
Yes, Cruise Farm's great.
I mean, give me, especially, I've been craving ice cream, like always.
You know, they have a pizza barn.
Oh yeah, been there.
Yes,
equally.
She's like, duh.
Yeah. We're big foodies. It's harder now with a little guy, but that's also a place you can take your little guy. Like,
that's a fun place.
We can't go too fancy.
Right.
And then I would say for like beer, we love Zool.
Okay, a lot of people are saying that. Yeah, obviously. My husband loves Zool, and actually, we live in Seymour, so we're closer to the one like in the old city. I guess it's technically the old city, but like so good. And I'm not even a huge beer person.
Yeah.
I love their stuff.
It's so good. We're huge beer people when I'm not pregnant. Yeah. Like,
Let me clarify.
Like, we like counted like what before moving here, like how many breweries. Like that was like on our like pro list. Right. Like it's got.
Where else did you look at, like compared to Knoxville?
Well, we were between Knoxville, my husband teaches at UT. Okay. And so we were between Knoxville and Memphis. Those were like his final 2, which is crazy because like Knoxville was not even on our list. Yeah. Like we were looking around like Pittsburgh. Yeah. And then those just ended up being his final 2. Wow. We like had to move Knoxville unseen. We had never seen Knoxville. Yeah. We were watching, I mean, we didn't have your YouTube videos out there, but like my husband was like watching YouTube videos. Right. Like, and we were like, this seems like, Knoxville seems like a great spot. Didn't know much. We picked our apartment through FaceTime, and then we just like, our first time entering into Knoxville was like when we were moving
We're doing it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It was like such a leap of faith, but like we're both
out.
Yeah, we're both obsessed.
What are your favorite places to like go do and like do stuff, like activities, whatever, like hang out?
Okay, well, you'll catch me at a lot of craft markets and just markets in general. Like I've been definitely cutting back on them just with like my schedule, but I just love going to them.
Like when you say craft market, you mean like a. What do you mean?
So there's the Old City Market that happens on Sundays. There's the Sundays on Sevier, so also happens on Sundays.
Okay. Those are not like the farmers markets, like
farmers market would be a separate like
got
thing
it.
that
Okay,
I love
got
to
it,
do.
got it.
Yeah,
okay.
this one is just like vendors. Like we went to the Dolly. I forget what it's called because it's not like the Dolly weekend, but.
Yeah,
Rhinestone Fest.
Yeah, Rhinestone Fest. Yeah.
Yeah, just like anytime there's like makers.
Yes.
Because this is obviously Maker City.
Right.
You know.
Obviously.
Yeah. Like my husband and I and my kid, we just
Right.
like love to do that. We'll grab lunch somewhere and then just like walk around. And I've made through the markets like a lot of like small business friends,
Contacts,
and so it's just always fun to like show up for them.
Yes, and there, you know what's a really good one is, oh my gosh, it's part of the beer fest. But they have like tables and all this stuff. Like at World's Fair Park, there's all these.
Oh yeah, World's Fair Park. Always.
Yes. So, anyways, I didn't ever think of like a beer fest as like a place for like crafters or whatever. But like they are there, loud and proud. That's where I got some earrings actually. I don't know if it was her, but anyways. Side note.
Yeah.
Okay, so anything else? Knoxville-wise? Farmers Market. Yeah.
Our Saturday like routine is like Mahalo coffee.
Yes.
And then take that coffee and just like walk around the farmer's market, get some fresh veggies, like
do whatever.
It's the best. It's like whenever I'm gone for a weekend, I'm like, no, like I'm missing the farmer's market right now.
I know. That's how I feel about the weekends, but for me it's tequila. Saturday is like my margarita day.
Well, Chivo's, that's why. The best margaritas too.
Okay, so if somebody's thinking about moving to Knoxville, what's your advice? And you can just be, good, bad. Here's the good, here's the bad, blah, blah, blah.
Ooh. Like, I've met a lot of people. So I'm out in Hardin Valley, which is like...
Never heard of it. Just kidding.
What? It's really small.
Hardin Valley.
What? Are people moving there? What?
Which, by the way, didn't exist when I was growing up.
Oh, I know that. Yeah. It's like all
cool
like farmland. Yeah. But I've like met a lot of people who don't like explore downtown. And like... explore downtown, like like there's some New to Knox is a great Instagram page, and awesome. Like there's other Instagram pages that like tell you about all the things going on, and like just get out and go explore it, because like I'm like, what are you like the farmers market, like it's so great, like I think people are scared of like parking. I think it's kind of intimidating. Really? Like they think city and they think park. I don't know, there could be other reasons maybe, because it is, I mean, it's probably a 30-minute drive. Like,
it's a drive. Yeah.
But like that's like our thing is like going. We make it down there like once a weekend to just do something, and so that's what I would encourage people, because it's my favorite part about Knoxville is the downtown scene. Yeah, I love downtown. It was tough moving away, but like we still make it down there. Yeah. Well, I guess because you were there at first, you really got to know it. Yeah, we got a little spoiled.
Well, and it's interesting now that I'm thinking about it. So people living in Hardin Valley are mostly. Well, I don't even actually know. I would say not mostly native people.
Oh yeah, transplants.
So they're not like thinking downtown because they've never even really explored it. Exactly. Whereas like growing up here, we were talking about this before. Like Market Square wasn't even, it existed, but you did not go there. Yeah. So it's interesting now, like from that perspective of like, come downtown. Mm-hmm. Don't go to Chivo. Yeah. Get out of the line.
Yeah. Make it shorter for us. Make that wait time short.
Someplace you have to try is Aretha Frankenstein's. Have you tried it?
No, I haven't.
Okay, you gotta try it. Okay. You gotta get the pancakes.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's what they're known for.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
With the blueberry, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Will do.
And the breakfast burrito.
You know they sell the boxes, like Aretha Franklin's and like some of the local stores. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
So good.
Yeah.
Anyways. Okay, where can people find you? Where should they follow you? Where are you at?
I would say Instagram is like my biggest source. I'm on Facebook. I just don't use it that much. But Goody Two Chews CO on Instagram. I've also got the website, GoodyTwoChews.com. I had to add the CO because I think Goody Two Chews was used up, so just don't forget that CO.
Right.
And then on Facebook as well. But
awesome.
Don't use it as much.
She said don't go there.
Yeah, Instagram. Instagram is the place to be, especially if you want to watch videos, stuff like
see
that.
All the things.
Yeah, behind the scenes.
I understand.
Instagram.
I feel like Facebook has a lot of unwarranted comments.
Yeah.
But I guess they all do. I don't know. Anyways, Goody Two Chews Co. On Instagram or .com on the interwebs. Yay. All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, this was awesome.
Yeah, so
and
fun.
I cannot wait.
Enjoy.
I have a triathlon this weekend.
Oh my gosh.
So this might be a little bit of a carb load right before the race.
Well, they're small, you know?
Yeah, it's fine. It's 2 chews.
Yeah.
And it's in the name.
That's amazing.
It's literally 2 bites.
Exactly.
It's fine.
Exactly. Yup.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.